The champagne bottle sits unopened on our kitchen counter, mocking me with its golden foil and promise of celebration. Sarah drops her phone with a theatrical sigh, her manicured fingers already reaching for the weekend bag I'd packed for our anniversary trip to the coast. "Daniel, I'm so sorry, but there's been a change of plans." Her voice carries that practiced sweetness she uses when she's about to devastate me. Again. Marcus and Jennifer moved up their wedding date. It's this weekend now, and his whole family will be there. The reservation confirmation for our oceanside cottage crumples in my fist. 5 years of marriage. 5 years of her brother Marcus taking priority over everything. This wasn't the first time our plans dissolved the moment her family beckoned, but it would be the last. "Of course," I hear myself saying, my voice steady despite the rage building behind my ribs. "Family comes first." The lie tastes bitter, but it's the perfect mask. She expects me to sulk, to argue, to make her feel guilty. Instead, I smile. "Tell Marcus congratulations from me." Sarah's relief is palpable. She kisses my cheek, her perfume sharp and cloying. "You're the best, honey. I knew you'd understand. We'll do something special next weekend, I promise." She's already wheeling her suitcase toward the door, phone pressed to her ear. "Mom, yes, he's totally fine with it. We can leave in an hour." The door closes behind her with a soft click. The silence that follows isn't empty. It's pregnant with possibility. I walk to my home office and pull out the file I've kept hidden for months. Bank statements, credit card records, photos, text message screenshots. The evidence of a marriage that ended long before this moment. Sarah thinks she's chosen her family over our anniversary again. She has no idea she's just given me the perfect weekend to choose myself. The irony burns like acid in my throat. 5 years ago, I thought I was marrying my soulmate. Sarah Matthews, with her infectious laugh and golden hair, had swept me off my feet at my college roommate's party. She was everything I'd dreamed of. Beautiful, ambitious, family-oriented. Too family-oriented, as it turned out. The first red flag should have been our engagement party. Sarah had insisted on scheduling it the same weekend as Marcus's graduation, claiming we could celebrate both events together. I'd spent my own engagement party watching her fuss over her baby brother, while I stood alone by the cake, smiling at relatives who barely acknowledged my existence. "It's just this once," she'd whispered when I mentioned feeling overlooked. "He's family, Danny. They only graduate law school once." But it wasn't just once. It was never just once with Sarah. Our honeymoon in Tuscany, cut short after 3 days because Marcus needed help moving to his new apartment in Chicago. Sarah had cried real tears, begging me to understand that he couldn't afford professional movers, and their father's back was acting up. "We can always come back to Italy," she'd sobbed into my chest, while I stared at the unused portion of our honeymoon package. "But Marcus starts his new job Monday. He needs us." We never made it back to Italy. Our first anniversary dinner at Le Bernardin. Cancelled because her mother had a book club emergency that somehow required Sarah's immediate presence in Connecticut. I'd sat alone at our reserved table for 30 minutes before the humiliation drove me home. Our second anniversary weekend in the Hamptons, ruined when Jennifer called, sobbing about her breakup, needing Sarah to drive out and provide emotional support. "She's like a sister to me," Sarah had explained, already packing an overnight bag. "You understand, right? She has no one else." Except she did have someone else. She had multiple friends, a supportive family of her own, a therapist she'd been seeing for months. But none of that mattered when Sarah heard tears and decided she was the only one who could provide comfort. Third anniversary. Marcus's law school graduation party. Sarah spent 2 weeks planning every detail. From the catered dinner to the photo slideshow highlighting his academic achievements, Our anniversary dinner that year was takeout Chinese eaten between phone calls about dietary restrictions and seating arrangements. Fourth anniversary, her cousin's baby shower that couldn't possibly happen without Sarah's event planning expertise. She'd driven to Baltimore at 6 a.m. on our anniversary morning, leaving me with a hastily scrawled note promising to make it up to me later. She never did. And now this, our 5th anniversary weekend sacrificed on the altar of Marcus's hastily rearranged wedding. The pattern was so established, so predictable, that I felt foolish for ever expecting different. I pour myself a glass of the champagne we'll never share and open my laptop. The divorce papers I've been drafting for 3 months glow on the screen, waiting for my signature. Thomas Brennan, my lawyer, had warned me to be absolutely certain before filing. "Marriage is work, Daniel," he'd said during our consultation. "People change. Priorities shift. Are you sure there's no coming back from this?" I'd hesitated then, still clinging to hope that Sarah might choose me, just once. That hope died tonight, buried under the weight of her casual dismissal of our anniversary. My phone buzzes. A text from Sarah. "Marcus says thank you for being so understanding. You're the best husband ever." The best husband ever. The title feels hollow, meaningless. What good is being the best husband if your wife doesn't want to be married to you? I screenshot the message and add it to my file. Evidence of her prioritizing Marcus's gratitude over my disappointment. Evidence that she genuinely believes this is acceptable behavior. Another buzz. This time it's a photo from her mother's car. Sarah and her mom beaming at the camera. "Girls' road trip to save the day," emblazoned across the image in sparkly text. I saved that too. The evidence folder on my computer has grown thick over the months. Screenshots of canceled dinner reservations. Photos of Sarah at family events during weekends we were supposed to spend together. Bank statements showing the hundreds of dollars in cancellation fees we've accumulated over the years. Most damning of all is the pattern. Every single major milestone in our marriage has been overshadowed by her family's needs. Our engagement announcement was buried beneath Marcus's job promotion news. Our wedding planning was interrupted monthly by various family crises. Our first apartment hunt was postponed because her mother needed help reorganizing her closets. Each incident alone could be explained away, justified as reasonable family loyalty. Together, they painted a picture of a woman who had never truly left her childhood home, never formed the adult attachment necessary for marriage. By Friday evening, Sarah's social media feeds have exploded with wedding preparation content. Videos of her helping Jennifer with last-minute dress alterations. Photos of elaborate floral arrangements she's organizing. Stories featuring Marcus's groomsmen and their bachelor party shenanigans. Not a single mention of our anniversary. Not one. I sit in our empty house, surrounded by the remnants of our planned celebration. The reservation confirmations for our oceanside cottage lie scattered across the coffee table like fallen leaves. The anniversary gift I'd commissioned, a custom photo book chronicling our 5 years together, sits wrapped and forgotten on the mantel. She doesn't deserve it. She never deserved it. The gift had taken months to create. I'd gathered photos from every significant moment in our relationship, writing captions that captured my feelings at each stage. Our first date at the art museum, the weekend we found our apartment, the morning I proposed on the beach where we first said, "I love you." Looking at it now, I realize I'd been romanticizing memories that were one-sided. In every photo, I'm looking at Sarah with obvious adoration while she's distracted, checking her phone, glancing off camera. Even in our happiest moments, she was somewhere else mentally. My phone rings. Sarah's contact photo, a laughing selfie from our third date, fills the screen. "Hey, baby!" Her voice bubbles with excitement. "You should see this place! The venue is gorgeous and Jennifer looks absolutely stunning." Mom got her hair done with us, and we're about to start on bridesmaid makeup." "Sounds perfect," I say, my voice steady. "It really is." "Oh, and Marcus keeps thanking me for dropping everything to help. He said he doesn't know what he would have done without family stepping up." She pauses, clearly expecting me to share in her pride. "Family is everything, you know. Family is everything. Her family. Never ours." "I'm sure he appreciates it," I manage. "He does. And guess what? Jennifer's parents are throwing an after-party at their country club tomorrow night. Live band, open bar, the works. It's going to be incredible." My heart sinks. "Tomorrow night? I thought you'd be driving home Sunday morning." "Well, that was the plan, but you know how these things go. We can't miss the after-party. It would be so rude. Besides, you're busy with work anyway, right? You probably won't even notice I'm gone an extra day." "Won't even notice. 5 years of marriage, and she thinks I won't notice her absence." "Right," I say. "I probably won't notice." "See, you always understand. That's why I love you, Danny. You never make me choose between my family and my marriage." But that's exactly what she should have to do, at least sometimes. That's what marriage means. Choosing your spouse, creating a new family unit, putting your partnership first. Sarah has never understood that. To her, I'm not her new family. I'm an accessory to her existing one. "Have fun at the party," I tell her. "We will. Oh, and Danny, don't wait up for me Sunday. I might stay for Jennifer's farewell brunch if her parents decide to throw one. You know how these things snowball." Another extension, another delay, another choice to prioritize their family over our marriage. "Of course," I say. "Take all the time you need." "I love you," she chirps before ending the call. After she hangs up, I sit in the growing darkness of our living room, thinking about the word love. Sarah says it easily, casually, like a verbal period at the end of conversations. But love isn't just a word. It's a choice, made daily, hourly, in moments both big and small. Sarah chooses Marcus. Every time. I choose myself. Finally. The house feels different without her presence. Emptier, but also calmer. I can think clearly without the constant background hum of her family drama, without checking my phone every few minutes to see which crisis demands her immediate attention. I walk through our home, really seeing it for the first time in months. The mantel displays photos from family weddings and graduations, all her family. The refrigerator is covered with Marcus's law school achievements and her cousin's baby announcements. Even our shared spaces reflect her priorities. Where are the photos of us? Where are the mementos of our relationship, our travels, our achievements as a couple? They're relegated to a single bookshelf in our bedroom, overshadowed by the shrine she's built to her birth family's accomplishments. Saturday morning dawns gray and drizzly. I wake up alone in our king-sized bed, the space beside me cold and unwrinkled. Sarah's pillow still smells like her shampoo, jasmine and vanilla, a scent that once made my heart race. Now it just makes me sad. I make coffee in the pristine kitchen Sarah insists on keeping magazine ready. Everything is white marble and stainless steel. Beautiful, but sterile. Like our marriage. My phone shows 17 new Instagram stories from Sarah's account. I watch them all, a glutton for punishment. Story 1. Sarah and Jennifer getting their nails done, laughing at some private joke. Story 2. The bridal party having breakfast at a quaint cafe, mimosas sparkling in the morning light. Story 3. Sarah helping Jennifer into her wedding dress, tears of joy streaming down both their faces. Story 4. Marcus in his tuxedo, posing with Sarah and their parents. "My beautiful sister," the caption reads. "Couldn't have done this without her." Story 5. The wedding ceremony, shot from Sarah's perspective as a bridesmaid. Jennifer and Marcus exchanging vows, while Sarah films, her soft ah-ah audible in the background. Story 6. The reception in full swing, Sarah dancing with Marcus to some sentimental song. The caption reads, "Best brother-sister dance ever. Family forever." I save them all, building my case one screenshot at a time. The contrast is stark when I scroll back through her previous posts. Weeks can go by without a single photo of us together. But let Marcus achieve something minor. A work presentation, a good meal at a restaurant, a successful golf game. And suddenly Sarah's social media explodes with celebration. By noon, I've made my decision. I call Thomas Brennan's emergency line. "Daniel?" His voice is gravelly with concern. "Everything all right?" "I need to file Monday morning," I say. "She chose her brother's wedding over our anniversary. Again, I'm done being an afterthought in my own marriage." "Are you certain? This is a big step." "I've never been more certain of anything in my life." Thomas sighs. "All right, I'll prepare the paperwork this weekend. We can file first thing Monday morning, have her served by Tuesday afternoon." "Actually," I say, an idea crystallizing, "I want her served at her office. Monday afternoon, maximum impact." "That's aggressive." "She's been aggressive for 5 years. She just hid it behind smiles and family obligations." "Your call. I'll make the arrangements." After we hang up, I start the methodical process of dismantling our life together. Joint accounts need to be frozen, assets documented, belongings sorted. The anniversary gifts I've accumulated over the years, jewelry, concert tickets, romantic getaway reservations, all of it goes into a box marked "Evidence of Neglect." By evening, I've filled 3 boxes with the detritus of our dying marriage. Programs from events she missed for family obligations. Tickets to shows we never attended because Marcus needed something. Reservations canceled at the last minute because Sarah's priorities lay elsewhere. The paper trail is damning. 5 years of pattern and practice documented in receipts and cancellation fees. Box 1 contains our canceled honeymoon extension, the unused romance package for our first anniversary trip, and the forfeited deposits from numerous restaurant reservations. Each receipt tells a story of disappointment, of hope abandoned for someone else's needs. Box 2 holds the gifts I bought but never gave because the occasions were canceled. The diamond earrings for our second anniversary dinner that never happened. The silk scarf from Italy that was supposed to commemorate our makeup trip that never materialized. The concert tickets to her favorite band that went unused because Marcus needed help with a work project. Box 3 is perhaps the most heartbreaking. Evidence of the life we never built. Brochures for couples trips we never took. Applications for cooking classes we never attended together. Marriage counseling pamphlets I'd gathered during our rough patches, but never had the courage to suggest. My phone buzzes with another video from the wedding reception. Sarah dancing with Marcus, both of them laughing hysterically at something off camera. She looks radiant, absolutely glowing with happiness. I realize, with painful clarity, that I've never seen her look that joyful with me. Not even on our own wedding day. Our wedding photos tell a different story than I remembered. Flipping through the album, I see Sarah smiling dutifully in posed shots but coming alive only when interacting with her family members. In every candid photo, she's turned toward Marcus or her parents, engaged in animated conversation while I stand beside her like a well-dressed prop. The thought should devastate me, but instead, it brings a strange peace. This is confirmation that I'm making the right choice. Sarah doesn't want to be married to me. She wants to be married to the idea of marriage, the social status, the security. But her heart belongs to her birth family, and it always will. Sunday brings more of the same. Sarah's social media transforms into a highlight reel of post-wedding festivities. Brunch with the families, Group photos by the lake. Marcus and Jennifer opening presents while Sarah coordinates the gift display. Not once does she mention me. Not once does she acknowledge that this is our anniversary weekend, that she's chosen to spend it with everyone except her husband. The final insult comes at noon. A group photo of all the wedding party and families with the caption, "Perfect weekend with perfect people." I study every face in the photo, looking for any sign that Sarah remembers this is supposed to be our special weekend. Nothing. Her smile is genuine, unforced, without a trace of guilt or regret. At 3 p.m., she finally calls. "Danny, you should see how beautiful everything turned out. Jennifer's parents really outdid themselves with this reception." I'm sure they did. And Marcus, God, his speech last night made everyone cry. He talked about family, about how lucky he feels to have people who drop everything to support him. It was so touching. People who drop everything, like his sister, who abandoned her anniversary weekend without a second thought. Sounds meaningful, I say. It really was. Oh, and I have news. Jennifer's parents invited us to stay for their post-wedding brunch tomorrow. Apparently, it's a family tradition. The bride and groom's families get together the day after to decompress and share stories. My stomach drops. Monday? You're staying until Monday? Just until the afternoon. The brunch is at 11, and we'll probably wrap up by 3. I'll drive straight home after that. Monday afternoon. She'll be driving home just as the process server arrives at her office to deliver divorce papers. The irony is perfect. And honestly, she continues, I think I need the decompression time. This weekend has been so emotional, so perfect. I want to savor it a little longer before coming back to reality. Reality. Our marriage is reality. Our anniversary is reality. But to Sarah, those things are somehow less important than prolonging her family fantasy. Take your time, I tell her. No rush. You're sure? I know Monday is usually our grocery shopping day. Grocery shopping. She thinks the worst consequence of her extended absence is disrupting our mundane weekend routine. I'll handle the groceries, I assure her. Enjoy your family time. You're the best. I love you so much. I can't wait to tell you all about everything when I get home. But she won't be coming home to our house. By Monday evening, she'll be coming home to divorce papers and an empty house. I love you too, I lie one final time. After she hangs up, I pour myself a scotch and call Thomas with the update. She's staying until Monday afternoon, I report. That gives us perfect timing for service. You realize this is going nuclear, don't you? Serving her at work with no warning while she's returning from a family wedding? She went nuclear first. She just did it slowly, over 5 years, one canceled plan at a time. Thomas is quiet for a moment. All right, Daniel. But once we do this, there's no going back. Are you prepared for her reaction? I think about Sarah's radiant smile in those wedding photos, about the joy she reserves for everyone except me. I'm prepared, I say. Sunday evening, I make my final preparations. I pack the few personal items I want to keep and load them into my car. The rest of my belongings will be collected by movers later in the week. I want to be gone before Sarah returns from her extended family celebration. The house feels like a museum of a life that never quite happened. 5 years of marriage, and what do we have to show for it? A perfectly decorated home that's rarely used for entertaining because Sarah's schedule revolves around her family's events. A kitchen equipped for elaborate dinner parties that never happen because she's always rushing off to help someone else. Even our bedroom tells the story of our failed marriage. 2 separate nightstands with completely different contents. Mine holds books, reading glasses, and a small photo of us from our early dating days. Hers is covered with family photos. Marcus at various ages, her parents at anniversary celebrations, cousins and nieces and nephews she sees more often than she sees me. I leave the anniversary gift on her pillow with a simple note. Happy 5th anniversary. I hope you find what you're looking for. Monday morning arrives crisp and clear. I dress carefully in my best navy suit, the one Sarah bought me for her cousin's engagement party 2 years ago. The irony feels appropriate. I meet Thomas at the courthouse steps at 9 a.m. sharp. He's carrying a leather briefcase and wearing his most serious expression. Last chance to reconsider, he says as we climb the steps. I've been reconsidering for 5 years, I reply. Today I stop reconsidering and start acting. The courthouse is bustling with Monday morning activity. Lawyers hurrying to hearings, couples applying for marriage licenses, others like us filing for divorce. The machinery of human relationships grinding forward with bureaucratic efficiency. The filing process is surprisingly mundane. Papers signed, fees paid, copies made. The clerk stamps everything with bureaucratic efficiency. And just like that, my marriage begins its official death. Service is scheduled for 3 o'clock, Thomas confirms as we exit the courthouse. Her assistant confirmed she'll be in her office all afternoon. Perfect. I spend the rest of the morning at my own office, tying up loose ends and preparing for the chaos ahead. My boss, Kevin, notices my distraction. Everything okay, Dan? You seem different today. Just dealing with some personal business, I tell him. Might need a few days off this week to sort things out. Take whatever time you need. Family comes first, right? Family comes first. If only Sarah understood that concept the way everyone else does. My colleague Jake stops by around 11. How was your anniversary weekend? Did you guys make it to that cottage you were talking about? Change of plans, I say simply. Sarah had a family obligation. Jake frowns. Again? Man, that sucks. Wasn't your anniversary dinner last year canceled too? The sympathy in his voice makes me realize how pathetic our situation must appear to outsiders. Everyone can see what I've been too loyal to admit. My marriage is a joke. Yeah, well, I shrug. That's marriage, right? No, dude, that's not marriage. That's being taken for granted. By 2:30, I'm parked across from Sarah's office building, watching the lunch crowd thin out. The process server, a no-nonsense woman named Patricia, arrives at 2:45. Third floor corner office, I tell her. Sarah Matthews Klein. She'll be at her desk. Patricia nods and disappears into the building. I check my phone. Sarah's latest Instagram story shows her at the post-wedding brunch, raising a mimosa in a toast to family traditions. The timing couldn't be more perfect. At exactly 3:17, my phone erupts. The first call goes to voicemail. The second rings twice before I decline it. Then the texts start. What the hell is this? Divorce papers, are you insane? Call me right now. This has to be a mistake. Daniel, answer your phone. I'm driving home right now, we need to talk. I turn off my phone and drive home, a strange calm settling over me. The storm has begun, but I'm no longer standing in it. I'm watching from high ground, safe and dry. At home, I pour myself a scotch and finally listen to the voicemails that accumulated during my drive. 17 messages, each one more frantic than the last. Message 1. Daniel, what is this? Your lawyer served me divorce papers at my office. This has to be some kind of mistake. Call me back immediately. Message 3. I just called Thomas Brennan's office. They said you filed this morning. This is insane, Daniel. We need to talk about this rationally. Message 5. I don't understand what's happening. This is insane. We need to talk about this rationally. I'm leaving the brunch now. Message 8. My coworkers saw the whole thing. Do you have any idea how humiliating this was? Getting served divorce papers in front of my entire department. Message 10. I'm in the car driving home. This is crazy, Daniel. You can't divorce me over one weekend. That's not how marriage works. Message 13. I called Mom. She says you're having some kind of breakdown. We can get you help, Danny. Whatever this is, we can fix it. Message 15. I'm 20 minutes away. You better be there when I arrive. We're going to fix this ridiculous misunderstanding. The progression fascinates me. Shock to anger, to bargaining, to desperation. Sarah's voice cracks as she realizes this isn't a tantrum or cry for attention. This is real. The 17th and final message is different. Her voice is smaller, uncertain. Danny, I found your note. And the gift. I don't understand what's happening, but please be there when I get home. Please let me explain. But there's nothing left to explain. I'm reading in my empty living room when her car door slams in the driveway. Her key turns in the lock, followed by the urgent click of heels across hardwood. Daniel! Her voice echoes through the house, high and strained. Where are you? We need to talk about this insanity! I don't move from my chair. Let her find me when she's ready. She appears in the doorway moments later, still in her brunch outfit, but disheveled from the frantic drive. Her makeup is smudged, her hair mussed, her perfect family weekend finally showing cracks. What is this? She waves the divorce papers like evidence of my betrayal. Some kind of breakdown? Midlife crisis? Because I missed one weekend? I close my book and look at her calmly. It wasn't one weekend, Sarah. It was 5 years of weekends. 5 years of me coming second to Marcus, to your mother, to anyone who called with a sob story or celebration. That's not true. But her protest sounds hollow even to her ears. Our honeymoon, I continue, my voice level and factual. Cut short because Marcus needed help moving. Our first anniversary dinner canceled because your mom had a book club emergency. Last year's vacation ruined because Jennifer needed bridesmaids dress shopping. I stand and walk to the boxes I've prepared, pulling out a thick folder. Should I continue? Because I have documentation, Sarah. 5 years' worth of canceled plans, missed dinners, abandoned celebrations. Every time you chose them over us. She stares at the folder, her face pale. You kept records? I kept receipts, cancellation fees for restaurants, hotels, shows, thousands of dollars in lost deposits because your family always came first. I pull out the top document, our honeymoon cancellation, showing a $3,200 penalty for early departure. This was our honeymoon, Sarah. Our once-in-a-lifetime honeymoon that we cut short so you could help your brother move furniture. Her legs give out. She sinks onto the couch, the divorce papers scattered around her like fallen leaves. But this weekend was different, she whispers. It was Marcus's wedding, once in a lifetime. So was our marriage, I reply. Or it should have been. I continue pulling documents from the folder, laying them out like evidence in a trial. Our second anniversary canceled for Jennifer's breakup. Third anniversary, Marcus's graduation party. Fourth anniversary, your cousin's baby shower. And now this. 5 years, Sarah. 5 years of choosing them over us. She looks up at me, tears streaming down her cheeks. We can fix this. Marriage counseling, a second honeymoon, whatever you want. Just don't do this. What I want, I say, moving towards the kitchen, is a partner who chooses me sometimes. Not all the time, not even most of the time. Just sometimes. I pour myself another scotch, my hand steady despite the magnitude of this moment. You can't give me that, Sarah. You've proven it repeatedly for 5 years. Even this weekend, our anniversary weekend, you chose Marcus without hesitation. You didn't even feel guilty about it. She follows me to the kitchen, desperation making her movements jerky and uncoordinated. I love you, she says, the words sounding foreign in her mouth. No, I say gently. You love having me. You love knowing I'll be here when you get back from prioritizing everyone else. You love having a husband who never complains, never demands, never expects to matter. I pull out my phone and show her the screenshots I've collected. Look at these pictures, Sarah. Look at how happy you are without me. She scrolls through her own social media posts, seeing them for the first time through my eyes. The joy, the laughter, the complete absence of any mention that she was supposed to be celebrating us. I posted about missing you, she says weakly. One story, between 37 posts about Marcus and Jennifer's wedding. I take the phone back. You missed me like an afterthought. The silence stretches between us, filled with the weight of 5 years of accumulated neglect. She slumps against the counter, finally understanding the scope of what she's lost. I didn't realize, she whispers. I thought you understood. I thought you supported my family relationships. I did support them, Sarah. For 5 years I supported them. I smiled and nodded and pretended it was normal for a wife to prioritize her brother over her husband. I set down my glass and face her directly. But somewhere along the way, supporting your family became being invisible in my own marriage. You stopped seeing me as a person with needs and feelings. I became a convenience, a reliable backdrop to your real life. Her face crumples. That's not, I never meant. Intent doesn't matter anymore. Impact does. And the impact of your choices is that I feel like a stranger in my own marriage. She reaches for me, but I step back. I can change, she pleads. I'll set boundaries with my family. I'll prioritize us. Just give me another chance. I don't want you to change, Sarah. I want you to be happy. And you are happy. With your family, your priorities, your life exactly as it is. I move toward the door, my decision crystallizing with each step. I just want to be happy too. Where are you going? Hotel tonight. New apartment this week. The papers spell out everything else. She grabs my arm, her grip desperate. Please, Daniel, give me another chance. Give us another chance. I look down at her hand, then meet her eyes. In them, I see panic, regret, fear of the unknown, but I don't see love. Not the kind that chooses someone over everyone else when it matters. You had 5 years of chances, Sarah. You used every one of them on other people. I gently remove her hand and walk toward the door. Behind me, she starts to sob. Real tears this time, not the pretty crying she does when she wants sympathy. This is crazy, she calls after me. You're throwing away our marriage over one weekend. I pause at the threshold, my hand on the doorknob. I'm not throwing it away, I say quietly. I'm finally admitting it was already gone. The door closes behind me with finality. In the driveway, I take one last look at the house we shared, but never really called home. Tomorrow, the movers will come for my things. Next week, I'll sign a lease on a downtown apartment. Next month, I'll be legally single. For the first time in years, the future feels like mine to choose. The divorce proceedings move with surprising efficiency. Sarah's lawyer attempts to paint me as unreasonable, acting in haste, throwing away a good marriage over minor marital conflicts. But the evidence tells a different story. 5 years of documentation, canceled reservations, missed anniversaries, financial records showing the cost of Sarah's family first priorities. Text messages where she dismisses our plans in favor of Marcus's needs. Photos from family events where I'm conspicuously absent because I wasn't invited or was disinvited at the last minute. Your Honor, Thomas argues during our hearing, this isn't about one weekend or one canceled anniversary. This is about a pattern of behavior that demonstrates a fundamental incompatibility in priorities and values. He presents the evidence methodically. Our honeymoon cut short, anniversary dinners canceled, vacation plans abandoned. each incident documented with receipts, messages, photographic evidence. Mr. Klein consistently prioritized his marriage, while Mrs. Klein consistently prioritized her birth family. The marriage became unsustainable, not due to any single event, but due to the cumulative weight of 5 years of being treated as secondary. Sarah's lawyer tries to argue that family obligations are normal, that I'm being unrealistic in my expectations. But when presented with the sheer volume of canceled plans and abandoned celebrations, even he seems to recognize the futility of his position. The most damaging evidence comes from Sarah's own social media accounts. Thomas presents a timeline showing the stark contrast between her engagement with family events versus her acknowledgement of our relationship milestones. Mrs. Klein posted 47 photos from her brother's wedding weekend, he notes. During that same period, their 5th wedding anniversary, she posted 0 photos of her husband or any acknowledgement of their milestone. The judge grants the divorce without contest. No fault, equitable distribution of assets, no alimony, clean break. Sarah doesn't contest it. By the time we reach court, she's moved back in with her parents and started therapy. Her lawyer tells Thomas that she's working through some family dynamic issues and recognizing some unhealthy patterns. Too little, too late. 3 months post-divorce, I'm settling into my new apartment when a package arrives. No return address, but I recognize Sarah's handwriting on the label. Inside is the anniversary gift I'd left for her, along with a letter. Daniel, I finally looked through the photo book you made. Really looked at it. I see now what you were trying to show me. All those moments when I was physically present but emotionally elsewhere. All those times you were trying to connect while I was focused on my family. Dr. Morrison says I have enmeshed boundaries with my family of origin, that I never properly individuated when I got married. That's therapy speak for what you've been trying to tell me for years. I never really left home. Marcus and Jennifer are getting divorced. Turns out their perfect wedding didn't create a perfect marriage. She says he's too dependent on family input for major decisions, that she feels like she married all of us instead of just him. The irony isn't lost on me. I'm sorry, Daniel. Not just for the anniversary weekend, but for all of it. For making you feel invisible in your own marriage. For treating you like a supporting character in my family's story instead of the co-star of our story. I hope you find someone who chooses you first. You deserve that. Sarah. P.S. I kept one photo from the book, the one from our 3rd date at the art museum. You're looking at me like I hung the moon. And for just that moment, I was looking back the same way. I want to remember that we were real once, even if I lost sight of what that meant. I set the letter aside and flipped through the photo book. She's right. The pattern is obvious once you know to look for it. In every major photo, I'm focused on her while she's distracted by something or someone else. Except for that one photo from the art museum. For just that moment, we were both present, both choosing each other. It's a nice memory, but it's not enough to build a marriage on. 6 months after that devastating anniversary weekend, I'm reading the Sunday paper on my new apartment balcony when my phone buzzes. Sarah's name appears on the screen, the first time she's contacted me since the letter. I almost don't answer, but curiosity wins. Daniel? Her voice is different, smaller, uncertain. I hope it's okay that I called. What do you need, Sarah? I wanted to tell you something. I'm dating someone. His name is David. He's a teacher, divorced himself. We met at my therapy group. That's good, I say, and surprisingly, I mean it. I'm glad you're moving forward. He's different from you. Or maybe I'm different with him, I don't know. But when his daughter had a dance recital last week, I almost suggested we skip it to attend my cousin's engagement party instead. She pauses. But then I remembered everything you said, everything Dr. Morrison has been teaching me. so I went to the recital. And it was beautiful. "I'm proud of you," I say, and mean it. Are you seeing anyone?" "I am," I tell her. "Her name is Claire. She's a librarian. We met at a bookstore." "Is it serious?" She chose me for her birthday dinner instead of her sister's housewarming party. The example might seem small, but it represents everything. When people matter to Claire, she shows it. Sarah is quiet for a long moment. "I'm happy for you," she says finally, and surprisingly sounds like she means it. "You deserve someone who chooses you." "You deserve to be happy too, Sarah, just not with me." After we hang up, I sit in the morning sunshine, thinking about choices and second chances. Sarah made hers repeatedly for 5 years. I made mine that Monday morning when I filed for divorce. Claire texts from the farmer's market. "Found those apples you love. Making pie tonight, your place or mine?" I text back, "Mine, can't wait." Simple words, but they represent everything Sarah never understood. When you love someone, you choose them. Not just in the big moments, but in the small ones. Not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's not. Claire arrives with grocery bags and a smile that makes my apartment feel like home. She kisses me hello, tells me about her morning, asks about mine. Normal couple things that I'd forgotten could be normal. "Your ex-wife called?" she asks when I mention the conversation. She wanted to update me on her life. She's dating someone new. Claire pauses in washing apples, studying my face. "How do you feel about that?" "Grateful," I say honestly. Grateful she's learning to make better choices. Grateful I had the courage to leave when I did. Grateful I found you. She smiles, that warm expression that first caught my attention 8 months ago when she chose talking to me over answering her constantly buzzing phone. "I'm grateful you were brave enough to choose yourself," she says. "It couldn't have been easy walking away from a marriage." Staying would have been harder. As she starts on the pie crust, humming softly, I think about the anniversary weekend that ended my marriage. Sarah spent it celebrating someone else's love story while destroying our own. But without that weekend, I might never have found the courage to leave. Sometimes the worst betrayals lead to the best freedoms. The pie fills the apartment with cinnamon and promise. Claire suggests a movie, curled up together on the couch I bought specifically for 2 people who choose to be together. No family emergencies will interrupt us. No last-minute obligations will steal our time. This is what love looks like when it's mutual. This is what marriage could have been if both people chose it every day. My phone sits silent on the kitchen counter, and for the first time in years, that silence doesn't feel empty. It feels peaceful. It feels like coming home. Outside, autumn rain starts to fall, but inside, we're warm and safe and choosing each other, again and again and again,